Hi, I'm Chelly Wood, and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a super simple felt halter top, which should fit 6-inch fashion dolls like Topper Dawn dolls, Paletoy's Pippa, and the I Dream of Jeannie dolls, which were made by Remco. Before we begin, please go to chellywood.com to download and print this free PDF sewing pattern. Use your pattern to pin and cut out the halter top. I recommend using craft felt for your top. Measure and cut 5.5 centimeters or 2¼ inches of double fold bias tape in a color that coordinates with your halter top. Fold the bias tape in half and use a Dritz fabric pencil to mark the middle. Alright, so to show you what I mean, I have marked right at that midpoint with my fabric pencil, just like this, and that's going to align with the notch at the top of the halter top. You can find in the links below a Dritz fabric pencil link. Open one end of the double fold bias tape, fold it down as shown here. Stitch this fold to hold it in place. Stitch both ends of the bias tape. Match your pencil mark with the halter top's notch. Pin it in place by folding it over the bodice top. So to show you what I mean, I'm going to line my little green Dritz fabric pencil mark up with the notch, and then I'm going to fold the bias tape directly over the top part of the halter top and take a straight pin to secure the bias tape in place. There we go. Whip stitch starting at the end and going around the corner of the bias tape to whip stitch all along the bottom of the bias tape, like you see me doing here. If you need help with the whip stitch, I do have a tutorial for that. You can look in the description below this video on YouTube. When you get to the other side of the bias tape, whip stitch up the other side. Knot your thread. Now your halter top looks like this. Add a snap to one side of the bias tape. If you need help sewing snaps on fabric, I have a tutorial for that too. Just look in the description below this video on YouTube. Add the other half of your snap to the opposite side of the other end of the bias tape. Add a bigger snap the same way to the halter top's wraparound back closure. Now my straight pins are just there so I can take a photo of this. Alright, so here's what we have with the snaps on it. Okay, so when I flip it over, I've got two on the other side. Test your snaps to make sure they are on correctly, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm just making sure that I've got the right snap. And now you're ready to try your halter top on a doll. For more free printable PDF sewing patterns for making doll clothes to fit dolls of many shapes and all different sizes, please remember to visit my website, chellywood.com.
What if there was an easy way to take a big doll pattern and resize it to fit a little doll, or vice versa? I'm Chelly Wood, the doll clothing designer, and in my pattern alteration class, I'm going to share with you my resizing formula.
Pattern alteration is when you take a pattern that you already own and you make changes to it. Let's say a dress doesn't fit your doll quite right. I'll show you how to create a gusset to extend the dress's bodice. Along the same lines, I'll show you how to use a doll's body measurements to lengthen and shorten shirt sleeves, and to recreate the pants patterns you already own so they will fit dolls of different shapes and sizes. Following my instructions, you'll learn how to reshape dresses and skirts, making them fuller or less full depending on the look you're going for. With this collection of more than 40 videos, you'll use my measurement guide and dozens of tips and tricks to create a full wardrobe for the doll or dolls of your choice.
I invite you to join me. We are going to have so much fun.